Hello, how y'all doing? This is a lot of people. In previous years, the design track has been in a little tiny room. So when Renee told me, you want to present in the design track, I said, yeah, sure, 20 people, great. What's going on here? Anyway, like Renee said, I'm from Venezuela. I usually start with a joke about my country or whatnot, but recently my wife told me I wasn't funny, so I decided not to. And the worst part of that is that my daughter, my 2-year-old daughter, was listening, and she started saying that too. So anything I say now, my daughter says, stop it, not funny. Anyway, today we're going to talk about value engineering for Texas project managers. You get a little bit of water? So what is value engineering? Well, value engineering is it's part of the federal program that is mandatory for states. And this comes straight from the FHWA website. Value engineering is a systematic process of review and analysis of a project that eventually is conducted to provide recommendations for providing the needed functions safely, reliably, efficiently, and at the lower overall cost, improving the value and quality of the project, and reducing the time to complete the project. Now, one could define value engineering as a ratio between the function and the cost. Misconception that people have is that value engineering is all about saving money, cutting cost. That's not necessarily true. If you can add a function that will eventually improve the overall value of the actual project, then you did value engineering, even if it costs a lot more money. Now, again, from the FHWA website, it should include the following 7 phases: information, the function analysis phase, creative, evaluation, the development phase, and finally the presentation phase. Now, there is one more that is the resolution phase, and that is the one that we do right after the value engineering study is done. The district will make decisions on the ideas that were suggested, and this is what is considered the resolution phase. Now, this is what value engineering is not. Like I mentioned before, people have a lot of misconceptions about what value engineering is and what it's not. So value engineering does not necessarily, like I mentioned before, it does not necessarily cut costs, but it rather adds value. It does not provide a complete set of design recommendations, with a 100% accurate estimate and a full design analysis. It's more of a recommendations, or it's just an estimate that then the district can use to come out with fully develop ideas. But you cannot expect from a value engineering study a full set of analysis, a full design, because this is usually a value engineering study is done 3, 4, or 5 days. As you all know, for instance, a team of 10 or 15 people split into several groups, 3 or 4 people looking at hydraulics. We cannot provide you a full hydraulic analysis in 3 days. That is just impossible. We simply give you ideas that then you as the district or our client can then develop into a more larger ideas. Basically, we gather a team of people, experts, to think outside the box. Things that the district, that the designer has no look at, and then, oh, I didn't think of that, Anyway, also, it doesn't have to be 100% implemented. A lot of people think that a value engineering study, when you receive the report, it's, oh, wow, they're telling me I need to completely change the design. Well, there goes, $300 million and down the trash. We're going to have to start from scratch. That's not the case. Technically, and again, I'm not telling you to, but technically, a value engineering report can be just completely denied. Or we can go through the entire list of 20 recommendations, and you can go, no, sign it, send it back to Austin. That's not the preferred case, though. But I'm telling you that it's. Did I just messed up? I think I just messed up. I just gave him a way out. It's like, oh yeah, just go no the way. And like it says here, do not freak out if you see an idea that based on your expertise doesn't make any sense. If you know it's not going to work, it's just simply not going to work. So you can just say no, move on. Here are some examples of some ideas from value engineering in the past years. Use slopes instead of retaining walls. This idea saved almost $1 million, and it was implemented. A couple ideas here: replace the median barrier, save money, implemented. Replace flexible pavement with concrete pavement. It added $8 million to the cost of the project, $8 million. But it was implemented because, again, management eventually decided, yes, based on the benefits that the team recommended, it will make sense to go to concrete instead of pavement. Other examples: replace as many MSE walls. It would have saved, oh, look at this one. Relocate the railroad line. It would have saved $23 million, but it was not implemented. So again, the district made a decision on that. And I love this one. Use double teardrop roundabouts and all interchanges. It would have cost $400,000, and it was implemented. What kind of clown came out with that idea? That was actually my idea. But I'm going to make a little intermission here in case you don't know what a double roundabout is. They call me the double roundabout guy in the districts every time I go to a V study. This is what a double teardrop roundabout looks like. It's a pretty awesome intersection. Thank you. They like it, huh? And actually, I'm happy to report that here in Texas, we're building one. It's not fully a double teardrop, and I'll explain why in a minute. This works for one-way frontage roads, which is what we have in most part of the state. But if you have two-way frontage roads, you have to build something like this. This is actually here in the Bryan district, somewhere close to New Waverly. Yes. And the construction is going on here right now. And there it is. If you go to Google Maps, you can see they're actually building the two roundabouts here. Now, the difference is they're not connected in the middle, so it's not a true double teardrop because they have to accommodate the two-way movement. But in the future, when this two-way becomes one-way, then they can connect the roundabouts, and it will be a truly functional double teardrop. So anyway, back to the VE presentation. When is the VE study required? According to the 23 CFR Part 627, any highway projects on the NHS that receive federal assistance and that it has a total cost, and I emphasize total, not construction cost, total, of $50 million or more for highway and 44 bridges. The reason I say total is because sometimes you might have a project that might be $47 million in a highway. You go like, I don't need that. Well, you forgot the right-of-way. You forgot all the other stuff, and eventually your total cost might be 60, 65. And then the feds are going to come and ask you, hey, where's that VE study? And that's when you guys call me, and I go like, anyway. The VE analysis, the VE analysis is not required for design-build projects. It used to be, but in the last update of the CFR, the Fed said, you're good, you don't need it. Also, you can request a VE study in any project you deem necessary. There are some states I know for a fact they VE any project over 10 million. They see the value on that. Obviously, they don't have 80,000 miles of highway like we have here in Texas, but if you have a project that is only 20 million and you think we can add a lot of value by putting together a group of 8 to 10 people, then do it, Now, with that, also the FHWA may require they might require a VE if they deem necessary. They say, you know what, this project is only 30 million, but you got to do it. You say, yes, sir. May I have another one, please? Now, with that, I want to talk to you about the TxDOT engineering, the TxDOT program, the VE program that we have here at TxDOT. This process is described in the TxDOT, the Project Development Process Manual, Chapter 2, Section 6, under Value Engineering. Now, it says the responsible party is the project manager. So that's why this presentation is precisely called project manager. If you're a project manager sitting here in this room and you have a project that matches or meets the criteria, please give me a call, start working on trying to get that value engineering study going, because it's not really good to wait until the last minute to try to get this value engineering study pushed through the system. it's no good. It's better to do it when you're in early stages of the project. Now, what do? You, as a project manager, you contact the design division VE coordinator for the current VE requirements and processes. You conduct a pre-study conference call between you guys as the clients, me as the moderator, and then the facilitator. And eventually, when the VE study is done, it's your responsibility to send me a copy of the report along with the Executive Decision Summary Form 2502, which I use to report to the feds. Basically, I am the face of y'all before the feds. The feds, I'm the one that gets when something something doesn't happen. So you're welcome. One more thing you have to do, please, if you're gonna have a VE study, invite the FHWA area engineer. You have no idea how many calls I've gotten from the feds. Hey, how come you guys have a VE study last week in Dallas and we weren't there? It's like, I don't know. I have no idea. So inform me so I can contact them. And if for any reason you don't like me and you don't want to call me, then call them directly. But please make sure they're sitting in that room when this is their money. This is their money that they're giving us. And they want to make sure that we're good handlers of the money. Sorry. Stewards. Thank you, Michelle. Appreciate it. That's the word I was looking for. All right. And please follow these steps regardless if you use the design contracts or if you use your own contracts. Do all of this. Okay, it's very important. How am I doing on 5 minutes? All right. The design division value engineering contracts. Now I'm here to sell you my product. We have 2 value engineering contracts for fiscal year 15 and 16. One with AMIC and one with HDR Engineering. The memo was sent to the district, to the district engineers and the TP&D directors back in September 25th of 2014. Each contract is about $375,000. With that, it's actually for $375,000. You can get like 17 to 15 value engineering studies with that. And this is very important. No cost to the district. No cost. This is free. Design division, Rene Garcia is paying for it, not out of his pocket, but thank you, sir. This is no cost to you. It's completely free. All you have to provide is the facilities and the participants. All the paperwork goes through me. If you use my contract, you give me job security. You know what I mean? So please use my contract. You take a headache out of you. You take a load off your back. I'll take care of all the paperwork, all the billing, everything. Well, just show up, we do the study, we leave you, I won't see you again. Or maybe, the preliminary study will be provided to the district in about 2 weeks. You will have 1 week to review it. And then the final report will be a week after that. So basically 4 weeks after the final presentation of the VE study, you will have a final value engineering report. And eventually, like I mentioned before, you provide me the 2502, which I need to report to the feds in the annual audit. What do you have to do? You basically contact me with all this information, or you just contact me. We can talk. I send you an email with all the information you need to provide, a highway number, existing in-house design, etc. And please give us at least 3 weeks. I am not going to lie to you. If you were to call me today and say, I need a value engineering study in 2 weeks, I really messed up, we probably could schedule it. But 3 weeks at least will be better. That way, it's like, believe me, my hair used to be black when I started working for TxDOT. It's all gray now. So give me the 3 weeks and we'll be fine. Anyway, the FHWA operations and the people that work for them, I don't expect you to look at all these names and write all this information. It's just here for show. This is the area engineers for the FHWA. The state is divided in this way, and each area has an engineer from the FHWA. Please, I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with your area engineer. Like I mentioned before, please invite him or her to come to these studies. The current FHWA state coordinator for the VE study is Clarence Romancic. I'm sorry. He's an area engineer, an LPA program coordinator. He does the design exceptions. I think a lot of you know him for that. But he's also now the value engineering state coordinator for the FHWA. And I'm good in time, right? Okay. And now I leave you with this. If you only remember 4 things, This slide used to say 3, and I put 4 just to be funny, but the communications division fixed it. So just anyway, if you remember 3 things from these presentations, the VE studies are free of charge to the district. You save about $26,000 to $30,000 depending if you go through us, through the design division. Please invite the FHWA air engineer to your study. Send the final report to me along with the 2502, no matter what, even if it's a VE study that doesn't meet the threshold, please send me the report because I'm supposed to report this annually to the FHWA. And finally, contact me for anything related to value engineering. And with that, I'm sorry I went too fast, I think, but if anybody has any questions, if not, I would say, okay, Michelle has a question. Go ahead, Michelle. Okay, the question is, when I say free to the districts, and the districts have to provide the participants, sometimes the district provides like consultants. So who will pay for that? With our specific contract, we have the capability that if the district requires a specific subject matter expert that either the divisions cannot provide, neither the district have, we can utilize either HDR or AMIC, and they have sub-consultants on call and experts that they can, basically, and so it will basically be through us. We will pay for that as well. Does that make? So the district is not providing people that. No. Again, the district provide as many participants as they can. The district will usually have like 8 or 10 people, but let's say we need a geotechnical expert. And let's say the district or any of the surrounding districts doesn't have that expertise, and for some reason the bridge division's geotech section doesn't have somebody that week, then we can talk to our consultants and say, hey, do you have this person on call? And say, oh yeah, and then they bring him in. Does that make sense? But the district still will the district will still have like 8 to 10 people, depends on how big the project is, maybe even more, usually from the district, and there is usually like 2 or 3 people from the divisions, design division and bridge division, that we usually send as well. So, all right, does that answer? Any other questions? I was gonna say, if you do like recycling, come to my presentation tomorrow. I will use this joke that I used today for tomorrow in the hydraulic presentation, exact same joke, and I hope it'll be funny then. Anyway, thank you, appreciate your time.